to Classified Black. Black. Classified.
Welcome, everybody. I am your man in black. Welcome to Classified Black. We're going to get into it because we have some exciting news. There's a lot going on out there as it relates to unidentified flying objects or aerial phenomena, whatever the federal government is trying to call it now. And this one is a breaking news story. It's hit the wire just this week. And as your man in black, we got to tell you the truth and keep it 100% real with you, because this report, I think, is stunning. And for all of you out there who believe that unidentified UFOs or phenomena do exist, this sort of validates your belief system that there's something out there, that we're not alone in the phenomena of the universe. And let me say this before, I said this in other videos, that humans on this planet and all the other living things on this planet are not the only living beings or entities, biological entities in the universe. How can we be if there's thousands of stars and universes and solar systems out there that we haven't even gotten to? We have no comprehension of this reality. Okay, we are focused on humans on the planet Earth are focused primarily on themselves and feel that they're the thing that makes the world go round. But this can be scary to some people because it can contradict and impact how you see yourself in the universe, how you see religion, how you see the Bible, how you see life, and where did life first begin? Because if there's life in other parts of the universe, then you have to question, where did life first start in the first place? Now, there is a military man by the name of David Charles Grusch. I want to say his full name. He is a whistleblower and has revealed some startling information that would make a lot of us say, wait a minute, is he just as some people would say, the critics out there would say, oh, he's off his rocker, he's off his nuts. No. Reason why this information has more validity to it, because this man has a lot of legitimacy based on his military background. Oh yeah, a powerful military background. Let me give you some breakdown of David Charles Grusch. He was born in 1987. He is an American Air Force officer, a former intelligence officer, according to the New York Times, Telegraph, and other news outlets, citing a report in the Debrief. That's a very good website. Check that out. The United States government whistleblower in a June 5th, 2023 interview conducted by Ross for News Nation. The rest said that he was convinced that based on reports from others that the United States government had recovered both non-human spacecraft and the bodies of pilots. Let me just say this to you real quick. Now, David Grusch is not saying that he actually witnessed these things, eyewitness account with his own eyes, whether it be spacecrafts or biological entities from another world. He simply said that with his military background in intelligence, he has talked to other military personnel who have said to him, like Air Force pilots, that they have seen some really strange things in the airspace, things that they can't explain, and that they have recovered ships, wreckage, and also bodies of biological entities. And once again, before you say this man is off his rocker, you need to understand what his credentials are. Now, David Grusch was a decorated combat officer, okay, with the United States Air Force during the war in Afghanistan. And he is a veteran of the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency, which is NGA, and the National Reconnaissance Office of NRO. From 2019 to 2021, he was the representative of the NRO to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. From the late 2021 to July 2022, he was the co-leader for the UAP analysis at the NGA and is representative to the task force. He helped draft the language. He helped craft the language for the National Defense Authorization Act of 2023. In 2021, he filed a complaint. He filed that complaint with the intelligence community. In July 21, Grusch filed a legal complaint, should I say, with the Department of Defense Inspector General concerning the withholding of UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena related to information from the Congress. And in 2023, June 2023, he was interviewed to identify these issues. Now, I must say this. The man is legitimate. He has high classified connection. Now, he said once again, that he simply gave papers and documents to Congress, to the government, that shows the evidence that the United States government has unidentified flying objects that they have in their possession that have crashed, as well as biological entities that they've gotten their hands on. We're going to see a video of what this man is talking about. So for the first time, you've got someone who has legitimate credentials in the military. I'm going to say this again. David Charles Grusch, the whistleblower, was a combat officer. Okay. He led the analysis of what we are now knowing as the UAP. This is very, very explosive to have someone with his credentials and background come out and say that, hey, you know, the United States has, the Pentagon, should I say, has what we call a blacks program, meaning they have these programs that the government, those in the government don't even know about. There are some people that believe that the president, the Congress, the Senate, there's a government within the government, and not everybody knows what's going on, that it's just that deep. Do they have these black programs where they're using funding, secret funding, and they have these spacecrafts in their possession? Is that true? Could that be false? When you hear the video where he breaks things down, you're going to say, now I'm wondering. And when you look at things like this, I got to remind you, this right here that you see next to me, this was a legitimate, unidentified aerial phenomena that was flying in space. The Air Force was trying to figure out what this was. They had no idea. They were baffled by everything. To this very day, they can't tell you what they can see. And you have various pilots, jet pilots, that are saying, we don't know what the hell it is. Every pilot is saying this thing is moving in ways that they've never seen anything move in the aerial space of this world. So something is happening. And as I told you in a previous video, if you believe that we're the only living beings in the world, you got another thing coming to you, because there's a possibility that there could be another living beings out there who are sending space probes down to Earth to observe humans, just as humans want to send space probes to other places in the universe to see if there's life there. So why wouldn't we not have the same perspective when it comes to saying, hey, maybe there's life out there that wants to see if there's life over here? It's just something to think about. I want you to look at this classified, this was unclassified. At one time it was classified, but the government, Pentagon, has decided to unclassify it. And look at this particular video from some time ago. This is the same picture. The picture you see right here is what you're going to see in the video right now.
For 2 long hours on the night of July 15, 2019, the crew of the USS Omaha detected on multiple sensor systems unknown objects that surrounded the ship as it moved through ocean waters west of San Diego. One of the objects, a self-illuminated sphere at least 6 feet in diameter, flew alongside the Omaha for an extended period and was observed through a thermal sensor in the ship's combat center. Filmmaker Jeremy Corbell released the Navy video weeks ago and says similar events were reported by 8 other Navy ships in the same area over 3 days.
Mark bearing and range.
I want to stop it right there. simply because what you're seeing is very powerful. You hear the reporter simply say, very simply, very clear, that other Navy ships had reported this unexplained aerial phenomena over a period of 8 days. I think the United States government and many other governments in the world, I think they're scared. I think that they know that there's something that's more intelligent, more advanced than humans on the planet of Earth. And I think it's scaring the hell out of them. And I think if they were to tell you the truth, it would make people scared, insecure. And then you also are going to have to question the belief system. I'm going to be honest. You're going to have to question everything you've been taught. I'm going to say this again as it relates to religion, to the beginning of life. Where did life start? All these things that we have been indoctrinated with as to the whole idea of life. When does it start? Everything, your foundation would be shaken if the government really came out and showed you what they have, if they indeed have something, but simply don't want to break the apple cart, keep things in status quo. Let's go back to this immediately.
There was numerous warships that are having similar it appears to be coordinated interaction, and this whole series was within this kind of, I'd say, circumference of 100 miles, and there was up to 50 to 100 contacts.
In the last 3 years, the Pentagon has reluctantly confirmed the legitimacy of UFO images captured by Navy ships and air crews, including these photos taken off the coast of Virginia and the better-known videos, the so-called Tic Tac incident and the gimbal. But other than the images themselves, there's been no release of sensor data to buttress these cases. There is now.
Well, if you can write a general lat long where we're at, and then the number of contacts you got, get the course and speed leaders off.
Over a period of hours, crew members on the USS Omaha, which is located in the center of this radar screen, monitored the approach of the unknown objects, as many as 14 at one point, all around the ship. 2 different radar systems watched the objects and estimated their speed.
Track 781 just sped up to 46 knots, 50 knots, closing in. Oh, actually 38 knots. Quite fast.
That one's pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right?
I want to stop that right there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are taking this very serious, because this is very, very serious. Once again, the United States military, they don't know. They can't tell you with complete reality what they are looking at. You can hear them there trying to figure out the speed of these unidentified aerial phenomena. I'm telling you that we may and may not be alone. And maybe I know something that you don't know. You have to be able to open your mind to these realities. I'm going to put him back up here again. David Grusch. This man is not a fruitcake. This man is not someone who's just fallen off the back of a banana truck. This man had high military clearance and intelligence and has been involved in the language of UAP. There's something going on. Now, of course, the United States government, the Pentagon, they had a meeting about UAPs, and they tried to sort of come to this conclusion that they don't know. I'm going to tell you again, even if they do know, what make you think they're going to tell you anyway? When has the government on earth of any country been honest with humans? Let's keep it real. The whistleblower. Now, David Charles Grusch, being a whistleblower, he's also putting himself at risk, because I'm sure there are people who would like his mouth to be shut. the HR 2988, an act. This is the act that allows whistleblowers to get protection. But will this man be protected, or will he disappear like we've never seen him before? Let me put this up here for you as well. Now, I want to tell you who this man is right here by putting this across. This man right here is a deputy director of the Naval Intelligence, Scott Bray. He points to a video display of an unidentified aerial phenomena during a House subcommittee hearing on UAPs just last month. This is just how serious this is getting, ladies and gentlemen. Another individual who is high up there when it comes to the intelligence agencies of the United States or any damn world on this planet. And he's pointing to something that he is wondering, what could it be? I just had to add that and show that to you. Now, I want you to brace yourself with this video that I'm going to show you. This was on News Nation, where David Charles Grusch, the whistleblower, exposes this phenomena to the world, to the public. The question again, how long will this man be walking on this earth? Will he disappear? Because you know, when people know certain secrets like this, all of a sudden they have a way of disappearing all of a sudden, because do they really want us to know? With that said, let's go ahead and listen to this. This is Classified Black. Once again,
Classified Black.
The U.S. kept classified by a secret government program for decades. Tonight, a world television exclusive you will only see on News Nation. Welcome to Elizabeth Vargas Reports, earning your trust every night.
Please listen and have an open mind.
UFOs exist. The U.S. government found quite a number of them, and they are indeed of non-human origin. Those are the explosive allegations from a former intelligence officer tonight in a whistleblower complaint that the Inspector General is taking very seriously. 36-year-old Air Force veteran David Grusch is exposing what he calls a top-secret military program that has reportedly found wreckage of fully intact UFOs. The government now calls them UAPs, or unidentified anomalous phenomena. For years, there have been whispers and rumors that the government had aircraft of non-human origin. This report is the first evidence it might be true. The Inspector General has called Grusch's complaint urgent and credible. Tonight, we have a world television exclusive interview with the whistleblower in which he claims we not only have the aircraft, but the government has been keeping much of its secret from Congress and from the public. News Nation senior national correspondent.
Now, I want to say this right again. The claim is that they've been keeping it from Congress and other members of the government. And I believe this. I believe that there are secret programs, that there's a government within the government. Some people call it deep space government, whatever you want to call it. Deep state government. Truth of the matter is, I believe that there's another government layer to the government, and that not everybody knows what you think they would know. Let's keep that in mind. That is a opinion, but maybe I know something that you don't know.
Correspondent Brian Enton is here with the story, and this is a blockbuster.
It is a blockbuster. It's really hard to wrap your mind around this. I've been working on this for the past couple of weeks. I'm still having a hard time processing all of it. Over the last couple of years, it sort of became mainstream to discuss UFOs. The government has released videos. They've acknowledged that we don't know what some of this stuff is out there that we have on camera, but this really takes it all to another level. For the very first time, the world is about to hear from a former high-level U.S. intelligence officer who says the government has some of the unidentified craft in its possession. He is revealing these exclusive details about the secret government program.
We're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow.
We have all seen these blurry videos of unidentified flying objects. Video evidence, if you will, that old tales of UFOs may not all be conspiracy theories. In recent years, Congress starting an official U.S. government Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, recently renamed the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO. And now in a News Nation exclusive, David Grusch, an Air Force veteran, former member of that task force, and veteran of the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency, is formally blowing the whistle on secrets he says no one has ever shared publicly before.
You are one of the most trusted former intelligence officials in the U.S. defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grusch sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's reporting for News Nation and has spent years reporting on the UFO question.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
Did you hear what he said? That the United States government has actually retrieved these vehicles, or what we think are vehicles, as well as the bodies of biological entities. That you hear what he just said. This is a man well decorated with an intelligence now. This is the thing that people are going to have to wrap their head around. And the idea that humans are not alone in the world as we know it. I want you to continue listening to this.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No. I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me they were a part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And
stop right there. Now, he's never said that he witnessed spacecrafts himself or biological entity bodies that have been recovered or retrieved by the United States Pentagon or government, deep state government, whatever you want to call it. He simply said that he has consulted with other high-ranking military personnel, those in intelligence that have told him, yes, we have these secret programs, things that people don't know about even in the government. So even if those in the government don't know, what make you think they're going to tell the everyday citizen who goes to the grocery store, who gets up every day and goes to work and put on one pants leg at a time? Let's get back.
They told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof, that there was, in fact, a program that the UAP task force was not read into.
Grusch alleges the U.S. government has recovered non-human craft for decades. He's filed a whistleblower complaint saying he gave what he calls the classified proof to Congress and the Intelligence Community Inspector General. News Nation has confirmed David Grusch's credentials and resume. We've not seen or verified the alleged proof he says he's provided to investigators. He says he can't show us the proof for national security reasons. He also tells us he's not seen photos of the alleged craft himself, but has talked extensively with other intelligence officials who have.
If you're right, if you're telling us the truth, everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign.
Now, when he talks about disinformation campaigns, the United States government has ran that type of manipulation on citizens as well as other governments in the world for decades. There's always been a misinformation campaign that comes out of the government, allegedly, because it's always under the eyes of, well, this is a national security risk, so we can't let everyone see this. We must black this out and black that out and put files away in folders like this and put things under classified, can't be read, can only be seen by certain people. You see, like this man right here, obviously, was one of those individuals who had the ability to see certain documents that he's saying that he can't come out and show you because why? What is the typical word that they always say? Because it's classified. Only those who need to know need to know. Let's get back to this.
Targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well,
non-human?
naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
It's also harder for people to wrap their minds around the concept of a crashed object from somewhere else. It's easier to accept that, yeah, we see things in the sky that we can't explain.
Journalist Leslie Kane broke Grusch's whistleblower story this morning in the Debrief. Ms. Kane's career has been mainstream and credible, having written a series of reports on UFOs in the New York Times dating back to 2017. He has the credentials, but there's no documents that he's handed over. There's no pictures. And as a journalist, you want to see documents, you want to see pictures. Does that raise a red flag?
Not at all, Brian. I mean, you mean documents that actually describe the craft?
Correct, yeah, like government documents, or to be able to see it for ourselves.
Of course, don't we all want that? And the problem with that is all of that information is classified. You know, as we said in the story, everything that Grusch told Congress and told the Inspector General of both the IC, the Intelligence Community Inspector General, and the Department of Defense Inspector General, all of that information is classified.
In 2017, Kane reported exclusively in the New York Times that the Pentagon had a secret UFO program.
I want to stop it there. I talked about that on another video, a growing area in black money. That's why I said the word black money. The Pentagon mystery UFO program. Black money is money that's funded for these things that's off the books. Then you have here in the New York Times, no longer in the shadows, the Pentagon UFO unit will make some findings public. They'll only, I'm going to be honest with you as a man in black, they're only going to let you know what they want you to know to continue to keep you potentially, allegedly, in the dark. Let's continue.
3 years later, the Pentagon confirmed her story. Her latest report is even more explosive, but Kane says she has multiple sources who back up Grusch's story.
I believe it because of all the sources I have who have told me the same thing. So who am I to doubt these very, very high-level people who have been inside these programs for decades, have done their work, and are all telling me the same thing? I mean, I don't think there's some kind of conspiracy among all these people who don't know each other to make something like this up.
So I've got to be blunt about this. You're not making this up. This is not a lie.
No, absolutely not.
Because everybody watching this right now is looking at your face. They're going, is this guy for real?
I am for real. And I'm sitting here at great personal risk and obvious professional risk by talking to you today.
And just within the last 10 minutes or so, the Pentagon has released a statement to News Nation about this report. They say to date, AARO has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently. AARO is committed to following the data and its investigation wherever it leads. AARO, working with the Office of the General Counsel and the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, has established a safe and secure process for individuals to come forward with information to aid AARO in its congressionally mandated historical review. AARO's historical review of records and testimonies is ongoing and due to Congress by June 2024, and AARO welcomes the opportunity to speak with any former or current employee or contractor who believes they have information relevant to this historical review. And Elizabeth, we know that David Grusch, he's filed that whistleblower complaint. He's been on the record under oath testifying to many of these things that he said in our report tonight.
Right, and it's important to point out that this statement from the Pentagon, from AARO, Grusch is alleging that this top secret program is keeping it a secret from AARO. So.
Yeah, exactly. And if Grusch is, what he's saying.
So AARO, as I come back over here, I kind of believe what David Grusch is saying, because you have a lot of agencies within the government who do not share information with each other, and they keep things secret. During 9/11, the FBI and both the CIA, someone knew something and they didn't share information. That's why you have a Homeland Security now, because all these agencies keep their own secrets, allegedly. Now, the department, and I'm going to say something here. The department spokesperson issued the following statement in response to the report, according to the News Nation report that you just listened to right there. To date, AARO, AARO, an all domain anomaly resolution office, has not discovered any verifiable information to instantiate the claims that any program regarding the possession of reverse engineered, or what they call applied engineering. You take alien technology and you apply it to human technology, which is why they may say that you may think that we've got fiber optics, we've got computers, we've got all sorts of technology on this planet because it came from alien technology, because they had these spacecrafts in their possession, and then they did what we call reverse engineered, or what they call applied engineering. They're claiming that there is nothing in their possession. No reverse engineering of extraterrestrial material has existed, according to AARO. In the past, existing currently, AARO is committed to following the data and its investigations wherever it leads them. I must say, you just heard there a few minutes ago that they're saying, according to David Charles Grusch, that AARO doesn't know anything because these secret black funded UFO programs are not sharing information with other government agencies that are supposed to investigate these things as well. And as I said before, this isn't new. We've seen this before, where government agencies don't share information with one another. They're more in rivalry with one another, allegedly. I want you to see something, a video. This video was in this report. You saw a small taste of it. You see, this happened in Tijuana, Mexico, where there were these lights in the sky and nobody knew what they were. It was unusual and nobody could explain it. I want you to brace yourself. Here we go. They're speaking Spanish. But this happened in Tijuana, Mexico. Look at the lights. And nobody's been able to explain it in court. Check it out.
Do you know what that is?
There it is, folks. Unidentified aerial phenomena, and the people in Mexico, in Spanish, they're wondering, what is it? There is something going on when your government can't tell you what it is and probably won't tell you what it is, but they don't know. This is the key. They don't know, or maybe they do know, because according to David Grusch, they've been retrieving wreckage and retrieving the pilots of these unidentified aerial phenomena. So somebody is simply telling the truth and somebody is simply lying to you. Remember, you live in a world where status quo, or what we call, let me say it correctly, status quo must rule the day. Now, this is footage that I've shown before, and I will go more deeper into this as well. But this happened, I believe, in South America on an airplane, and something flew past, unexplained and very strange. As I get ready to conclude the program, I want you to watch this.
Watch it right now. Did you see that? Thank you for watching Classified Black. Take care.
Doesn't bloody variant.